Hello, hello, hello. Welcome or welcome back to Chit Chatting with Kate Carr.
Love. I love being loved. I love having love. I love reading love stories on Reddit.
This week we're going to be diving into some stories that revolve around keyword on Reddit, because although it might sound a little lovey-dovey, we're gonna get a little dramaful. We're gonna dive into some titles that really stood out to me, and let's see what these stories are all about. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. That way we can continue growing this little gal pal community that we have going on over here at Chit Chatting with Kate Carr. I would appreciate very much for you to have any type of interaction. That way that I know to continue making the content that I enjoy creating, that you enjoy consuming, that YouTube enjoys promoting, and the more that we interact with moi, the more that we're going to be able to spread around and be able to build this gal pal community that I want over here, and this little space where we can literally just chit chat, drink some coffee, and just gossip. I'm also going to do a little get ready with me. I want to do like a pink fun eye, not pink eye, that's not fun. I want to do a makeup look that's Valentine's Day themed. Maybe I should say that instead. So if you watched my videos before, I basically just find a title. If it's a theme, I'll just like type in a theme in the search bar for Reddit, and then whatever title kind of sticks out to me, I'll dive into that story. So let's get into the first one, coming from r/DatingHell, titled The Worst Valentine's Date. I've never really celebrated Valentine's Day or been with anyone that made much of an effort for the occasion. Needless to say, when the guy I had, keyword had, been dating, booked a romantic weekend away for Valentine's Day, I was really looking forward to it. When we got to the hotel, he seemed really disappointed in the room and the facilities. We went downstairs to the pool spa area where he complained that there was no jacuzzi. There was no jacuzzi actually advertised for the hotel anyway. And he demanded a refund for a free bottle of wine for the inconvenience. I was so embarrassed, but determined not to let it ruin the night. While we're getting ready to go out, he insists I need to iron off my shoulder top and starts ironing it for me, burning a huge hole in my blouse. I end up having to rip the sleeves off and improvising a sleeveless tube top. Girl, that is beautiful that you were able to improvise that. I mean, it sucks, obviously, that he decided to take a burning hot iron to your shoulder, but whatever. You really made the most out of that situation. So we go to a really nice restaurant for dinner, and I can't help but to notice that he's throwing drinks back and considerably more drunk than me. I remember nudging him under the table a few times due to how rude he was to the staff, who were absolutely lovely. We need the red flag alert. We end up in a pub. He's slurring his words and being all over me. I have the worst gut feeling for no apparent reason. I was so on edge and just wanted to go back to the hotel. I end up falling asleep first, back at the hotel, and I wake up with him all over me. Disgusting and not reciprocated. I notice he has ordered a bottle of wine from room service and has been alone drinking them. I'm still half asleep when I hear him mumbling under his breath angrily, making absolutely no sense. He's really annoyed and starts shouting that I ruined the night and to pack my stuff. We're going home and that he's leaving. Going to get into the car and he leaves me here. It was early hours of the morning. He storms out of the hotel after throwing stuff around, but quickly comes back to tell me that I was lucky he was drunk or he would be going into the town to find a girl prettier than me. What the hell? What the hell? Literally dating hell. I started crying and attempting to calm him down when the fire alarm goes off. I throw my pajamas and attempt to get dressed, but he was in such a state that I couldn't, and I was panicking. Staff were knocking on the door trying to evacuate the floor. By the time we make it outside, everyone in the hotel is already there. It's raining and we have foil blankets to keep warm. It's so obvious that I've been crying. I have makeup down my face, but he's too busy verbally abusing the hotel staff and firemen to even notice that people are asking if I'm okay. I'm so beyond embarrassed. Eventually, we get back to the room and he passes out. By the time he wakes up in the morning, I'm showered, packed, both our stuff. Why are you packing his stuff when he acts like that? I'm ready to go. We cut the weekend short despite him wanting to stay another night. On the way home, he won't stop apologizing, saying how awful he feels and due to not getting much response from me. He pulls over the car and refuses to drive until I say I've forgiven him. For the next week, he would leave flowers on my car, and the best part, on the ride home, between the groveling, his boss calls and asks to keep the receipts for the room service so that they can be matched up with the hotel room. He had put the entire weekend on his company card and told them that he was there for work. So I love that OP gave us the preface from the beginning. Keyword had been dating. I'm glad that the keyword was true and that OP's not sticking around. But the fact that, one, he's putting all this on his company card in that scenario to where you're just a nasty, mean drunk and you guys are not having the fun weekend that was supposed to be happening, especially when OP was so excited and really looking forward to it. OP, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. They suck so bad, and I'm so sorry that you had to tell the story, but I'm also grateful that you were able to share the story, because there's other people out there that probably have gone through something like this, and it's such a wild story that sometimes you just go into like a squabble and you're just like, is this real? Is this really happening right now? Like, there's no way that this is really happening right now. So like the fact that OP was able to, you know, tell the story, there are a few comments, nothing crazy, but in case there's somebody out here who also has gone through an experience like that like can also be like, all right, these crazy things happened and I did brush a couple of them off, but like I do not deserve to be, you know, treated this way. So I'm glad that, again, OP decided to cut them off. They're an ex now, so great for you, OP. I hope you're thriving, maybe in a new relationship that it treats you like the queen you are, you know, all the fun stuff. So thank you for submitting, OP. That's a wild story, and that is definitely a terrible Valentine's Day. And I hope that he learned his lesson. TLDR, Valentine's date shows true colors on romantic weekend getaway, paid by for his work after he lied to them. Horrible Valentine's date and ensuing fallout. Warning, long read. Some background. I had known the girl in question since college and had a crush on her. Came close to going out with her in college, but never really materialized. Last touched with her over a decade ago before getting back in touch on Facebook. We chatted in a Facebook friends way, but she was also very outspoken feminist who was easy to anger, which led to some interesting interactions. The girl and I started talking more via Facebook closer to Valentine's Day a couple years ago, and she began getting flirty and very interested in me out of the blue. Like I said, I had interest in her in the past, so I figured, sweet, better late than never. Plans were made and we agreed to go out to a local bar the day before Valentine's. I'd made some references to a previous date I went on where I paid for the meal and the girl I went with ghosted me afterwards. It was a shitty thing for her to do, and I felt she used me for a free meal. Of course, after mentioning this, the girl from college gets super offended and sarcastic. First red flag. So instead of inconveniencing me by having to take her out to eat, the bar was suggested. We're at the bar that night and things are pretty chill, although it's worth noting that I'm not a drinker or a bar person at all, not my scene in the slightest. It was karaoke night and she was a singer, so she especially wanted to go that night during a relatively short period of time. She downs 4 beers and at least 3 shots. Red flag number 2. By this point, you can imagine she's pretty toasty. 4 beers and 3 shots, I would be on the ground. Meanwhile, I nurse a beer down and have 1 shot of Fireball. Anytime I hear Fireball since I had an incident, I literally want to gag, so I can't even think about Fireball. Maybe I'll make that some sort of Reddit thread where we tell terrible alcohol stories. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. All right, let's move on to the story again. Toward the end of the evening, she suggests getting together on Valentine's Day for another date. We brainstorm on where to go, and going out to eat is mentioned again as a possibility. Once again, she tosses out the sarcastic jab about not wanting me to feel used by paying for a dinner, completed with an eye roll and all. So we settled on her cooking for me at her apartment. Okay, cool. It's a date. I had taken off Valentine's Day to get my car inspected anyway. I thought, no problem. I roll in during the day to get the sticker, then swing by in the evening to her place. Well, it didn't end up working that way. It started with the fact that the 2.5-hour ETA on the inspection turned into a 5.5-hour wait. During this time, the clock was ticking for me to get to her house. I texted her and explained what was happening, saying I was probably not going to have time to stop and pick anything up for Valentine's Day due to this fiasco. She understood and just wanted me to get there. I finally get out to the shop with my sticker and get to her place 30 minutes later than we agreed. She had already started the dinner, was almost done with it, so we used that time to chill and talk. Everything was going fine. During this time, she downs a third of a bottle of wine by herself. Ruh-roh. I know a functioning alcoholic when I see one. I didn't say that. OP did. We finished the main course and decided that we want dessert, so we head to the local grocery store. There's a winter storm warning with potential snow for the next day, so I stocked up on some food for myself while I was there. We get back to her place, finish up, I take my leave, and agree to get together again sometime soon. All seemed fine. 2 days pass and she sends me a text mentioning something about a Facebook post that she made. So I go onto her wall and my jaw drops. She posted a rant about me, fortunately not naming my name, essentially accusing me as being a barbarian for a multitude of reasons. Her friends chimed in and called me a Viking and other demeaning terms. Upon pressing her for more information in private, she expounded on my sins. And they were: 1. I didn't bring her anything on Valentine's Day and just brought my appetite. Even though I texted her and told her why I couldn't stop due to the inspection delay, which I also reminded her that she said that was okay and that she understood. 2. I didn't offer to pay for the food we bought at the grocery store. In fact, I had all the items in my hand ready to pay, and I asked her point blank if I could pay for everything. She said, no, it's fine. I'll pay for my stuff. I asked, are you sure? She again said it was fine. I did not clean up after the meal she cooked. Actually, I had the plates in my hand, placing them into the sink. I turned and asked her, can I help you clean up? She said, no, it's fine. I got it. I asked her, are you sure? And again, she said it was okay. Number 4. I accused her of being an alcoholic. Okay, I fessed up to this one. I did kind of insinuate something about her drinking, but I was being mostly playful. She apparently took it as a great offense. Well, what did you say? 5. I was ultimately just looking for an opportunity for sex. No, that was not my intention at all, and I told her as such. Sadly, it fell on deaf ears, and she was not interested in hearing my excuses. I should be thinking of more ways to make it all up to her, she said. Oh, but apparently it was all okay because she wasn't mad at me anymore. Even if I gave her the complete benefit of the doubt on all of the accusations, that's still no excuse to make it public. It doesn't matter if she named names or not, it was a douche move. I decided I could not see myself with someone as insane as her, with the threat of every spat that we had would be posted on public social media. So I unfriended her. 2 more days passed with no word, and I thought, well, she's seen the error of her ways and understands why I dropped her. Leaving it at that. But nope. I get this text from her out of the blue, absolutely ripping into me, calling me all sorts of names and how she couldn't believe I blocked her from Facebook. Which I didn't, I just unfriended her. I calmly explained that her post was childish and I was not a Viking or a barbarian as is suggested. I ended with wishing her the best. She of course continues her verbal assault and tells me she's blocking my number. My last words to her were, "Okay, bye." I haven't spoke or seen her since, although it said she did view my profile on a dating site. We were both on for a little while later. I did block her on that though. TLDR, girl I was interested in since college finally goes out with me years later. Turns out to be a crazy case. Flips out on me on the littlest inconsequential imagined infractions. Posts a rant about me on Facebook, so I drop her. She cusses me out via text later, blocks my number, and we never interact again. Honestly, I feel like the fact that you guys have never spoken since, won't speak again, I think it worked out for the best for you. That's not gonna solve your problem posting things on Facebook, especially relationship stuff. Like, this is not... Facebook is a whole rabbit hole in itself. But even though, like they said, they didn't name names, but they went out of their way to, instead of talk to OP, they're posting on Facebook, and of course all their friends are going to agree with them. They're posting the version of this story or whatever happened to making OP out to be the worst type of person. And of course, like, their friends are going to back them up, of course. But like saying he's like a Viking and a barbarian, like, that's, I don't know. I would never use those terms. I would never find those words in my brain to be able to use them. Obviously, people have more expanded vocabulary than I have, but it's interesting choice of words. But I don't know. The one thing I will say I agree on is maybe, you know, OP literally could have stopped at like the dollar store You're already 30 minutes late. What's another 5 minutes? I get though, like being in that moment when you're supposed to be somewhere and like you're already an anxious person. I get that. Trust me, I get that. Like really like hyping yourself out of it, being like, okay, I can't literally be 5 more minutes late. I'm already 30 minutes late. This is like a first type of date. I thought we hit it off. I've been in love with her since college. This is gonna ruin everything. But she actually already ruined everything. All in all, like Valentine's Day is such, I know it's easy to say, I know it's been said a bunch of times, but like, come on, like at the end of the day, Valentine's Day is not that serious. Like if you show your love every single day, then, you know, take that, you know, I don't know. Relationships are obviously different, but especially in a new one, and especially somebody you've been like kind of like lusting over for a while now, like you finally got the opportunity, and it obviously showed you like, okay, maybe sometimes things aren't worth the wait. But all in all, you guys are both blocked from each other, so you know, you guys never have to talk to each other again. So that is the positive out of this, that's for sure. I, male 24, made a Word document with all of the rules of Valentine's Day, and now my girlfriend, female 23, is upset. This title really stuck out to me because like, what do you mean you made a Word doc with the rules of Valentine's Day? There are no rules of Valentine's Day. Okay, here's the issue. I, male 24, have been with my girlfriend, female 23, for a year. We began our relationship on October 2022. When February 2023 came around, she told me that I had to ask her to be my Valentine. I thought it was a bit odd since we were already in a relationship, but I asked her anyway, another day, by text. 2 days before Valentine's Day, she calls me crying because apparently I didn't ask her right. Apparently you have to do it in person or else it doesn't count. I didn't even know Valentine's Day had rules so specific, but I stepped into it and fixed it anyway. I visited her a day before Valentine's Day, brought her a small gift, and asked her to be my Valentine. All good. Now, a year later, February 2024, I remembered that I have to ask her to be my Valentine. What I didn't remember is that I needed to be in person. She was sad that I didn't remember, so I stepped in again and fixed it, picked her up from work, gave her a small gift, asked her in person. Valentine's Day rolls in. I buy her 5 yellow flowers that I thought looked very pretty, a vibrator, and a book that she likes but couldn't get. Everything on the date seemed alright. She seemed happy. A week later, this Sunday, she told me that she needed to talk to me, so we planned on talking on Monday night as soon as I came home from college. I called her and she was crying. She told me that I should have remembered how I asked her to ask me to be her Valentine's from last year. How the flowers were the wrong color, how the flowers didn't even look like romantic flowers, and they were just some flowers with a few leaves that I plucked from somewhere. How I should have given her a gift that was actually waiting to receive instead of a vibrator, etc. At the end, I just said that I will do better. To be honest, I didn't even know Valentine's Day was so complicated. I didn't know that there were so many specific rules and restrictions on about what to do and what to gift. I have to ask her to be my Valentine, but only if it's before Valentine's Day and only if it's in person. I have to give her flowers, but only if they're red and only if they look like romantic flowers and they're arranged perfectly. I have to give her a gift, but only if it's a gift that she previously mentioned, but she wanted such a gift and only if it could be a gift that could be shown to her mom. Man, what the hell? I'm just trying to be a good boyfriend. Where does she get all these specific rules and restrictions from? It's like that it's a normal thing that women expect. Where do they even learn all this from? From rom-coms? Instagram reels? I'm not trying to be sexist, I just want to know where from so I can read the rules of this effing game. This might sound like I don't love her. I do love her, and she makes me super happy. I'm just tired of being told I'm doing things the wrong way. I really thought that being romantic was about the intention, not the action within a list of parameters. So today, I made a Word document in which I wrote every detail that I remembered. I know, kind of weird, but I really needed to have all of these Valentine's Day rules written somewhere. I don't want her calling me crying again because I forgot the appropriate shoes or because the flowers didn't have the correct number of petals. I sent the Word doc to her so that she can verify all the rules are written clearly, and she got more upset because this doesn't feel right. I don't understand how to do better. Edit, thank you all for your kind responses. I needed some outside perspective because I didn't feel like it was fair for her to ask me to lower her standards, you know? Also, I genuinely wasn't trying to be sexist. I too see some Instagram reels where boyfriends go absolutely romantic with their partners. I wanted to know if women make real expectations out of those or what. Again, thank you so much for your kindness. Edit 2. A lot of people are asking what did she do for me on Valentine's Day. She gave me a small Lego set as a gift, which I liked. The rest of the day, I was the lead on the Valentine's Day date. I took her to the park with little boats that you can ride in. I took her to a restaurant. I never thought she had to do something too. She always said that I have to be the one to plan stuff so she doesn't have to make stressful decisions thinking about dates. Clearly, this is a young relationship. I would be lying if I said that I remember like when I was probably still like 19, but like my boyfriend forgot like National Girlfriend's Day and I was like, you don't love me. I'm not like somebody to flaunt a National Girlfriend's Day. And like this kind of like, I think it's silly. I think it like, I feel like OP's girlfriend's gonna look back at this and be like, I'm so sorry for being so ridiculous. Like this is a little ridiculous, come on. Like, and like OP said, it's about the intention, not the actions in a specific list. Like you're getting so specific. I don't think that OP is an a-hole for making the list. I genuinely, just from reading it, genuinely feels like OP is just like, I want to make sure things are right with you. Like, I just want to make sure like we're good. Like, this is my way of listing out things to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And I think it's a pretty smart thing for OP to do, you know? But overall, I don't think you're the a-hole. I just think that, I don't know, I think the girlfriend just maybe needs to, you know, mature a little bit more and just love herself a little bit more. Get yourself some things, girl. I don't know. I just think it's silly. It is a long thing, but I feel like it's only silly because OP's like, I feel like he's, like I said, he's genuinely trying to try and he's just like, I don't know where to go. What is going on? I thought like, this doesn't make you happy because it's this, but it's not specifically this. And like, that's just gonna drive you insane. So I hope OP's girlfriend really like calms down a little bit, especially for Valentine's Day. Like, maybe I get birthday-ish, like forgetting your birthday and like not making it special, whatever. Maybe that's a different scenario. That's not even the scenario. Okay, OP, I'm on your side. I think that, I don't think you're an a-hole for making the list, but it is a silly thing to have to make the list. And even OP recognized that, but he's just like, I want to make sure things are okay. I want to make sure things are right. Let me know if it's right or not. So she's just like, I want, but I'm not going to communicate more with you. So you know what? Just communication. And I hope you guys grow and I hope you guys love and learn and all this fun stuff. I wish nothing for the best for both of you guys. I hope that she just stops being a little bit of a little brat. You know, a little bratty. I was gonna do my hair too, but I'm kind of feeling this like messy clip. We're just gonna keep it like that. And I'm sure my face and my neck are probably two different colors right now, because I didn't even bother to put anything down here. So if you noticed it, no you didn't, mind your business. Shh. And to wrap up this week's video, I wanted to throw in these things that I will crack up on every single time. I will giggle at these all the time. Maybe not every single one, but I'll giggle at this time of year. Because I've been giggling at these things since 2012 when they first came out on like Facebook and Tumblr. I love these things and I love the very specific and niche ones. But let's take a look at these couple things. Maybe I'm showing my millennial side, probably, honestly. I'm a millennial, but my millennial side is going to be coming out with this because we're gonna just put some joy within these kind of like horror Valentine's Day stories and put some little fun at the end. So let's go through some of these fun Valentine's Day cards that maybe you want to send to your boo. Maybe you want your boo to send them to you. So just send them to your boo and then the boo send them to you. And then you'll be like, where did you get them from? Be like, oh, Chit Chattin with Kate Carr. It's such a great channel and it's so much fun and I love chit-chatting with her. I love sitting down having my coffee with Kate or getting ready with Kate or whatever the case is. And then your boo's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna subscribe too. And then everybody's gonna be subscribed and we're just gonna build this gal pal community and we're just gonna have a grand old time of people who just support each other, just have fun and are here for a grand old time. And that rant was so unplanned, just like the whole video really, but we're just going to dive into this now. But just know that I appreciate you watching and this is your little reminder before I end things to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the fun YouTube things, so that way we can keep building this community and that way I can keep continuing to create the content that you enjoy watching, that I enjoy creating, that YouTube enjoys promoting. So let's build this gal pal community and let's get into these Valentine's Day cards before I keep rambling. I appreciate you. First one, would this work on you? You are hella fine. Be my Valentine? I'd literally kill for you. You can Hakuna my tatas any day. I've never seen a prettier face. I'm really lucky to call you my sweetie, all because I really love your ziti. Roses are red, violets are blue. I didn't buy you any flowers. What are you gonna do? Babe, you've got my heart on a string. Even when I'm at the bada bing, those other girls, they don't mean a thing. And to wrap it all up, I'm a gobble fool for you. Appreciate you so much for watching, whether you're a new viewer, a returning viewer. I appreciate you. Keep it coming. More videos are coming. Let's keep it coming. If you have ideas, be sure to comment below. Let's chat in the comments. You have ideas, you have something to say about the stories that I gave today, you have something about the Valentine's Day cards that I've talked about, please let me know. I want to have a conversation with you guys. I want to chat below, build this gal pal community. Like I've said a million times in this video, I just truly want. I love building this community. I love creating the content. So I just wanted to spread the love, and you can spread the love by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all the YouTube things. Again, I appreciate you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.